Hey everyone, this is Dr. Francois Bladeau with LawMD, here today to talk to you about developmental delays and kind of what that is and why it's important to have some understanding of what you can do if all of a sudden you realize that your baby's not making its milestones. So you may have had a hard labor, a difficult labor. You may have had some suspicion that maybe the baby didn't get enough oxygen during the course of the labor, but after the baby was born, the baby seemed to get better. And the doctors told you, hey, we've done some imaging and we don't see any issue. And we think the baby's probably going to be fine. And so you kind of, kind of drop it at that point and you just get on with loving and taking care of your baby. And then months later, maybe all of a sudden the baby's starting not to meet milestones. And when you go to the pediatrician, the baby's not crawling at the right time, or the baby has difficulty starting to stand and walk, or the baby's having difficulty with its word formation or things like that. If that happens, and you think there's a potential that the baby is really having developmental delays, then you need to take the baby to a pediatric neurologist, get an MRI done, and see if there's any delayed effect from birth injury. That's very important. MRI scanning nowadays is sensitive enough that it can pick up mild changes in the areas of the brain that are more susceptible to decreased oxygen during labor. So you can have a hypoxic or decreased oxygen event during the course of the labor or the course of the delivery that can affect certain parts of the brain while most of the brain does okay. And those parts of the brain more sensitive to decreased oxygen, they may have mild injury that may or may not recover. In those cases where they don't recover, it can be really subtle, but becomes more prominent over time. And usually it's first diagnosed as developmental delays. So we encourage you, think you had a hard labor and your child is starting to show some developmental delays. Please get your child maybe evaluated by pediatric neurology, get MRI testing done of the brain, and if there's evidence of a ischemic oxygen deficient related injury, then reach out to LawMD and let us help you look at the records and see if the standard of care was met or not met, whether the injury could have been avoided or not, so that we can help your baby get the additional resources that baby will need to be successful in its life.